Hey guys, today this is Roopashri sinha. I'm getting you yet another beautiful interview with Mr. Karthik Satyamurthy. Are you all excited? Let me know in the comment box if you are excited. Today, if whoever is joining me for the first time, I'm Roopashri sinha, a founder of Unicorn Author Lab, and I would like to invite you for this journey. And today we have a special person guest author who's going to talk about his journey. And the Karthik Satyamurthy is also known as Infinity Karthik. All right, are you all excited? So please let me know in the chat box and let me know. So, how do you find this entire journey? And he has a special offer to make for all his readers. All right, let's welcome Karthik. Hi, Karthik.
Hi,
It's a
Rupa.
fantastic moment to have you here. So
Thank you
it's
so
a
much.
yes, lovely, lovely. So our author, like all the community members, our followers, our readers are waiting for you to be on this show because your book is much spoken book. It's close to my heart as well. This journey was definitely one of my favorite journey. So let's get started. So Karthik, so our
Yes.
readers and followers want to know, so what is this all about? Your book is like, let's first of all, let's get started with your introduction. People, of course, you do not need any introduction. Still, there are few people who do not know about you. Please introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah, thank you, Rupa, for inviting me, and also to everybody who's watching this interview. And my special gratitude to all of you because we are able to make it. I can assure you, this interview going to be one of those, the most powerful interview, I would say, with Rupa doing this. Thank you so much, Rupa. Yeah. So my name is Infinity Karthik. I've been in the IT industry for over 22 years, and then now I started my journey as an author of how to get extra 2 hours every single day. I'm an author of the book. I'm also a brain scientist. I help people, to transform their life, especially with the business owners who have got a turnover over 1 crore and above, helping them to grow their business exponentially. And I've also worked with startup founders, a lot of professionals who are in the leadership positions. They want to go to the next level, including, housewives and students, whomever wants to grow their career or want to reach the financial freedom, right? We help them to build the superior capabilities so that they can achieve whatever the dream and aspiration they might have.
Wow, Karthik, that's lovely. Thank you. So, all right. So, Karthik, now people already know that you're a coach, you're an author. So, right now we are here to discuss more about your the celebrated authorship. So, I think I'm sure you're enjoying a lot, and my readers, specifically our readers, want to know, like, what is this book is meant for. So, in this entire interview, I'm going to take you through some questions which will help readers to understand that how this book can change their identities as well. Okay,
Yes.
so let's get started. Are you ready, Karthik?
Yes, absolutely. I'm excited.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, first of all, let me know what inspired you to write this book. You are already coach and you are a
Yeah.
busy coach. You do not have time.
Yeah.
Now, on top of it, you also wanted to write a book. What
Yes.
made you pen down this book?
Absolutely. So because one of those primary reason I wanted to pen it down is this, right? I do take the trainings, but not everybody will be able to make it to training. And some of our trainings are premium. And even though there are a lot of people who want to do it, they'll not be able to do it as well. So one of those, channel where I wanted to reach out to a larger audience is through the journey of the book, so that they can just buy this book at an affordable price. They can go through it and implement it in their day-to-day life. So a lot of these learnings came from this IT experience that I've been working, and then working with a lot of startup owners, business owners, and also with some of those upcoming unicorns in which we are actually mentoring. So these are all very, very premium content, and I'm sure that even though there are a lot of people are working in this space, hardly there are few people who are taking this message back to the common man. So that was one of those objectives, so that we can go and write the book and also to create a legacy through this particular thing. One of the other thing that I keep, telling my students also and everyone, right? A book can reach to a place where you cannot reach,
Correct.
right? And that's one of the reasons I decided to write the book.
Wow, lovely. Okay, so having said that, since how long you wanted to write this book? For how long you wanted to, was this sitting in in your mind for a long time, or you suddenly,
Oh,
because when you saw your coaching is like, creating a buzz, let me just also become an author? What was the situation?
oh my goodness. It was like 10 years that I wanted to write this book.
Seriously? All
Yes.
right, readers, can you see this? Listener, followers, please listen to this. 10 years. Okay, finally. What what was this? Like, okay, so now, I mean, a dream you lived within for
Hmm,
10 years. Now you're
hmm,
holding that dream in your hand. How do
hmm.
you feel like?
Oh my goodness, I feel very much great and excited, And it's almost like creating a legacy for yourself, right? Having a book is like you're living a legacy for lifetime, right? Whether I'm there and whether I'm not there, the book is going to speak about whatever that we are doing it, right? And that's the best part of it.
Lovely. So, Karthik, we are moving to the next question. So, please elaborate a little bit about. We will, of course, come to the process. How did you approach the book and all? But readers must be excited to know, since you are thinking about writing down this book for 10 good years. What would be in this book, right? Let's say, like,
Mhm.
can you elaborate on those key messages that you aim to convey in your book? And what
Absolutely.
significance it holds for your readers or your community members?
Absolutely, Rupa. That's a very important question. See, one of the things when I speak to normal people, like most of the people, right? When I travel, when I talk about this casually over the coffee and other stuff, I keep asking this question, right? What do you want to do in your life? Many people come back and say, you know what, Karthik, I want to do this, I want to do that. They get so much excited. I can see that expressions, right, when they're going and talking about it. Then I'll ask them, then what is stopping you to do that? The one common question I get is, Karthik, I don't have time, right? People have so much of aspirations and they can do anything and everything. They are capable of doing it. But only thing that is stopping is that they don't have time, right? And that is the reason, that is what inspired me to actually go and write this book. How to get extra 2 hours every single day. The moment that you get this extra time, your creativity will get kicking off. You can start working on your passion and everything. The possibilities that gets created is huge.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. What a wonderful. So, and what significance this book will hold in a reader's place? Like, people who are now, since already message is clear that get
Right.
2 extra hours in a day. I
Yeah.
think even which God couldn't give. So, I think that's what you are called infinity, Karthik. So, Karthik is giving you. Lovely. So, now, what is that significance that, the readers the book will be holding in their life?
Yeah. So the best part about this book is it's not just reading, it is very easy to implement,
Wow.
right? And this book is written in a manner that it is much easier for people to implement it. And one time they're going to read, the implementation takes less than 5 minutes. Once they understand the templates, how they have to go and do it, I've simplified it to the core so that they can integrate this as part of their lifetime. So they can go and use this template, whatever I'm going to give this throughout your lifetime. They're going to, keep saving those 2 hours every single day throughout their life. It's not like one time it's going to happen.
Wow.
And when those 2 hours, they can use it to create an additional income, spending time with your family, or focusing on their passion. You name it, they can do it.
Lovely, lovely. So now, since this book was sitting inside you for 10 good years,
Yeah.
so how long did it take to like the book to come to the world when you started from starting to getting published? So what was the journey?
That's a very interesting journey, right? So I still recall the day when I called Rupa, I want to write a book. And this writing of a book, even though I wanted to do it from a long time, there was an event called as a Life Feel Accelerate event. For a specific event, we are supposed to be writing this book. I said, I have less than 1 month to write and publish this book. Can you help me with this? Right. And I still remember the conversation. Rupa said, yes, we can. And then we started doing the research part. I mean, what portion that you have to do it. And she started asking me question. I said, I want to include this. I want to include this. I went on talking about too many things. First thing I still remember, Rupa, you were telling, Karthik, hold on. You don't need to put everything in one book. You can always come with a series of work that can help people to do it. So focus on what you want to convey the message. And that was a really, really big turning point. And then the moment that narrowing of the things was taken care, right? I think this was the most important part, I would say, Rupa, correct? Because every one of us have got so much of ideas in our brain, and we want to club everything in one book, and that's where the procrastination of 10 years happened. The moment that got clear with me, so I came out with this draft version of this copy in less than 24 hours.
Wow. I remember that day. I think
Yes.
Karthik was top of the like world, and like, I was too.
Yeah. And then editing, going forth and to and forth, editing and all happened within less than 5 days, and we were able to publish it in less than 3 weeks. The physical copy, we had it in our hand, including the shipping time, reaching to our hands, and all happened within 3 weeks. That's like a miracle come true for me. It's a magic.
True, true, true. I remember that too. That was like a quite speedy job and lovely. So now I think our readers must be like whoever is living through that, like, book, whatever message you are trying to give, they must be understanding when you say that, save extra 2 hours, and you did it like in spite of you having a entire journey. So probably I'll ask you a next question where you can elaborate what kind of a situation you had during that time, right? So just what was that unexpected challenge and surprise you encountered during this writing process?
Oh, the challenges were so many. It's not just one, starting with the timeline that I had, right? So, because I had less than a month to publish and carry the book along with me. So, and that was a challenge. I converted the challenge into an opportunity, because that's how I reached out to Rupa saying, Rupa, I want your help to do it. Probably if I would have had a lot of time, I would have taken 1 more year or more. I don't know. But book might have not come out. So that's one of my one of my superior capabilities, where I convert the challenges into an opportunity, and that was perfectly timed. I took the help of Rupa, and that turned out to be a very good decision, because my heavy lifting which was required to write a book, right, to narrow down those ideas, and not only that, and then to come out the editing is one of the most painful process in the book writing, and people take for months and sometimes years just to go through editing process, and those heavy lifting was taken care by Rupa and team, and that was one of the best part of it, right? So when those challenges were taken care, my entire energy went completely to focus on the content, how the message should be, what kind of stories I have to put, what kind of template needs to be done. So I was so much focused on bringing the value to the people, and that's where I would say, so those challenges turned out to be boons for me, and I just loved the process of writing a book.
Lovely.
Yeah.
That's fine. I remember, like, you also had offline retreat to connect a lot many things, right? So
The
like,
same 5 days.
yes, yes,
Correct.
yes.
You are right.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding. In the same 5 days of all the editing and everything that happened, I had 3 full day sessions happening from morning, 9 o'clock to evening, 10 o'clock, right? Full fledged. It was booked. In between, I had to go and have a spiritual tour that I have to go and finish it. And in between, I had to prepare for the retreat. So many things happen in this 5 days. And still, we've managed to do it. And I still remember you were down with fever, Rupa, early morning. And then I was in that resort in the retreat to go and connect. And early morning, the network was not connecting. I borrowed my dongler from one of our student
Right.
like Sumati ji to connect and reach out to you. And then I had to hand over a lot of my work to him. My family were there. They were thinking, what will you do? Are you writing book, or you are taking the session? Are you retreat is there?
Correct.
My wife
Correct.
Gayatri and my father Satyamurthy and my daughter, everybody were started asking about this. What is that you're doing? So it was more like a kiosk. I mean, in those days, and I'll tell
Roller
you,
coaster.
it's
Yes.
worth it, because
Absolutely.
now when I recall that, it's so much of fun now.
Fun, true. And also, Karthik, I would love to bring this to all of us, whoever is watching this interview right now. So, if you remember, see now you have, specifically written this book to save the times. So,
Correct.
save, yeah. Now, did you see now we have already have those superior capabilities inside us because the resources is already available, like your team, your wife, but we do not know how to access them. When the true need comes, one who is on demand, they are able to call for those kind of a capability which you displayed well, like the team taking care of your offline retreat for a partially, and then like parents, or like a wife taking care of this other part of your personal job. So now this is what I want readers to now think about. Look at this. When he writes this, when I'm so proud of my all the authors who write with me, is what I always tell them: if you're writing a book, connect with your readers with your own personal life pattern and message. See, this is what he's living with, and he's suggesting you to do it, not something that he's read it over the time and then like he's just implementing it. And this is how he's inside even the coaching, like what is happening with him, people who are connecting with him are able to progress to 10x, and that's an amazing journey. And as you said, well said, that 10 years, which the book which was trying to come out, I'm glad that now it's going to impact millions. And lovely. So now let's move to the next question. The next question is, Karthik, I want to just walk yourself through this entire life till here. So is there any particular moment or a scene in your book writing journey that holds significant to you, or when you're talking about your personal journey, you had experienced that which you do not want, or you want others to experience something like that? So in your corporate job or something like that, anywhere.
So basically, a book writing journey, it's an amazing journey. Only thing is, you should complete the book. otherwise, otherwise, it's going to be
Very true. Very true.
it's going to be forever, right? I'll tell you one thing. When I was writing a book, the whole idea was that how can I dump all the ideas into the book? And the initial point of reaching out to you was a really big turning point, because that made the things a lot of difference, and which also gave me, when after this book actually came out, right? When I say that I'm the author of the book, I have my own classmates coming to me and taking this book, Karthik, give me your autograph, and I'm signing it, and then I'm actually taking a photo, and they're taking a photo with me. Come on, I'm no longer the friend of Infinity Karthik. I'm the friend of an author, Infinity Karthik, and the people taking the photo of it. That's a different experience. When your known people, they start looking at you in a different way. Your authority level, you're shifting in your personality in terms of identity is huge when you talk about you're an author of the book.
Wonderful. So now, just after this, I would like to throw another question, which is almost linked to this. So I just want to know, after writing the book, since you are already doing well as a coach, but after writing the book, tell me something in 3 areas your life. You find a significant shift, like one, impact wise for you and your readers' life, or second is income level wise since you're a coach, and third is like the vision wise, what is, or personal growth wise. So would you like to just explain one by one?
Absolutely. The first one is definitely the personality shift that I talked about. So wherever I go, the training and other stuff, like I carry this along with me. That's an amazing thing, and because of that, I managed to connect with the people much more powerfully than normally I could do it, right? And instead of giving the visiting cards, right? If I see that there are some highly impactful people, I would rather give a book to them so that they can carry and read it, right? I still recall when I gifted this book to one of our academic director, who is at a very, very high level, like he was a joint commissioner before he retired, Ramchandra Sarada. And he took this book and he told that, Karthik, I'm going to go through this. He canceled all his appointments in the afternoon. He sat and finished this book, everything. And he sent me a screenshot. I've taken these notes, and these are the things that I'm going to implement it, right? And that was an amazing, feeling for me when somebody at that academic director's level, and they're going to go and read this book and they're going to apply this. I would say if I'm going to call them for my training, nobody will turn up for sure. They have already reached to this level. But to reach out to them at that level requires a tool, and that tool like book could really help us, in making sure. That's definitely one thing. And then second thing is also, as I told you, the selfie that people go and take along with you.
Yes.
And I strongly feel, a book can take you to a place where you cannot go, right? And having that book along with you and now currently my book has reached to more than 3-4 EAMS colleges across the country, right?
AIMS, is it?
EAMS, yeah.
Yeah, one of the most
Reputed.
prestigious,
Yeah.
educational medical colleges in India. Wow, in
In
world,
India.
in fact, like wow, that's
and
amazing.
and it has gone to their directors and it has gone to their library, and through I've never been there, through my students. All this has happened through my students, and that's one of the most important influence that you can create. And I can also tell you, even when I'm going to go and do my coaching program and other stuff, people are now listening to an author as against a normal coach. There's a huge change in the way that you're looking at it. So I was already doing the high ticket. Now I'm able to shift this into ultra high ticket after I became an author. So that's one of those most important things that you have to look at it. And I had one of my retreats back those days after I wrote the book. And in that retreat, when I conducted, with the close group, when I sold my high ticket, I was able to get like 80% conversion.
80%.
80%.
Wow. What was
80.
earlier the percentage which you found, generally in your coachings, you used to?
See, like online and offline, I would say there are two numbers. See, online numbers are actually very difficult. If you ask the
True,
normal people, if they get 10%, that's really good.
true,
But
true, true.
yeah, so my percentage has been like almost 20% in the
Right.
online space.
Wow.
But offline was around 30%. Now this is a shift from 30
Wow.
to 80%.
30 to 80.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
a
something
huge.
mesmerizing. Wow. We wish you all the best so that, you make more and more impact, create, in terms, of course, any penny earn will, I know that, you personally, so that, how you utilize that for the growth of the society, education, you have bigger vision, which is going to be displayed in your upcoming books. I'm extremely happy, this is how. All right, so now in your personal growth, how did it impacted this, what shifted, what inside that Karthik, before and after book Karthik?
Yeah, so as Rupa, as you are aware, my vision is really, really big. I want to help people with water for all, education for all, health for all, to plant 200 crore trees. And in simple terms, over the period of time, I was able to move all of them into one single line, like to create million unicorns. Is one of those aspirations which I've converted into a single line vision that you can think about. So earlier, I was thinking like, I need to go all out to make that happen. Now I understand, right? I can focus on writing some of those quality books and making sure that people understand what is the mindset required, strategy they have to implement it, the knowledge required, how should they implement it. When I put all those things together in a very systematic manner, I can do that through the book. And I can pass on this information to bigger audiences to make it happen. So that confidence has really gone up, and my aspirations of writing more book has come in. Now earlier I was thinking of just writing a book. Now that book, the number of books have gone up now. As you know
Very
that
true,
now,
very true.
at this time I've got another 2 books which has been written, almost like 3 books. One book is in the editing phase, another book is in the ideation phase, another book is already, I've started the groundwork on the entire thing. So there are 3 stages, 3 books that is happening in parallel, which is going to soon come out in this year.
Wow, this is something I remember. Your early morning that day, we were sitting with your second book, and you said that was like the bang on. So that you said bingo. That you said, Rupa, I'm loving my journey as an author more than a coach. So I was like, true, because when you write, it's not about book. You feel that you're expressing, you are creating that empowerment within yourself, and you're spreading it outside. So that impact what you're creating through the words, right? That's what once it was well said that, the power of pen is more than a sword,
Yeah.
right? So this is, wow, lovely. So I'm sure I'm going to talk about it a little later about your upcoming books as well. All right. So now, Karthik, one message if you want to pass it on to your readers. They know what vision you come with. Who are you? What vision do you have? Why did you write the book? How long did you take? And what is stored in for them in this book? Knowing that, one message if you want to give as an author, like entrepreneurs, generally
Yeah.
we help all the entrepreneurs to become published authors and create their impact, so that so they are able to reach to their audience in a more profound way, right? So now I want you to highlight now, in if you people who wants to take up this journey as a writer,
Yeah.
and become a published author, what is that one message you want to give?
Okay, so I'll actually speak in two terms. One is about the readers, another one is the writer, that author that you're talking about. So, readers, for all the readers, this is a simple message. Whatever you want in your life, you can just go and get it, right? It's absolutely possible. Whatever vision that you've got, no matter how busy you are in your life, that can be achieved. So, start with creating the time. The moment the time gets created, a lot of magic can be created. So, follow your passion, don't leave it. And all the things that you've learned, working on after attending a lot of those training programs, working a lot of startups, and putting that into a nutshell, I've created this book. So go and use that, read that book, and gift it to your loved ones. Because in today's world, right, we are getting addicted to mobile, social media. And I'll tell you, it is going to put you in a more depressed state than taking you to the very high state. Generate the habit, or inculcate the habit of reading a book. And that's something, right, which is very important. I still recall, Rupa, I want to quote that story, right? There's a girl, there's a woman, and there's a kid, right? Both of them are there, and the kid is reading a book. All the other people who are there in the train, right? All the kids are using mobile, right? And these people become very curious. They go to that lady and they ask, "What did you do to your kid, ma'am?" And this kid is reading a book while others are going through the mobile, right? And the kid will say, and the woman will say, "See, the kids will follow us. I'm reading a book, right?" And the kid is also following. If you want, your kids to not to use the mobile, first and foremost thing is that you should stop using the mobile. You should start building the habit of reading a book. First thing for all of you who would like to do something great in your life, start reading the book. That's one of the most important habit. It's like my entire 30 years, 40 years of whatever experiences there, I put this into one single book. It's as good as getting a master degree, right? You're getting my entire brain dump available in that book. So that's the power of reading a book. So don't neglect that. This is a message to all our.
Wow, well said. It's like a master degree. Lovely.
Yes.
Yes, this message is for your readers. Now, you said, never give up on, because just because you do not have time, because also you have now created time for them.
Yes.
So, and now what about those people who truly, like entrepreneurs who want to, write their book to create, like we have seen Robin Sharma or anyone for that matter, like whoever is writing the book to impact people. So, what do you have to say about their journey if they do not have, truly, genuinely do not have time? What do you suggest them to do?
So absolutely. So especially the authors, this is a special message to authors who have got a great talent in writing a book. And many of them, they stop at that point. I'll tell you, book writing can give you a lot more than that. Yeah, you may be writing this as a part of the passion to send this message to people. What if this doesn't reach to the right people, right? It's also important for you to learn the art of marketing so that you can take this message to whatever the book that you have written, taking to the larger audience. I can tell you, if you're an author, you can have a very, very comfortable life, right? Being an author, building that authority and doing it. Maybe many of you are still not aware of how that can be done. Probably I can help them out. If somebody would really love to, who are the authors, they want to take this to the absolutely next level. And I can tell you, you can have a financially free life if you're an author. If you can put this understanding of how you can convert the new identity that you've got it into monetization, And I would say you need to monetize it for a bigger cause. Not that you just want to make money, but if you're able to send this message to the book to the larger audience, their life is going to change. And that's why you need to become financially free, so that you can write more books, you can spend more on, invest more on marketing and all those kind of things that can be achieved. And that's my message to all the authors. Don't just write the book. First write the book, hire a good mentor, and then also mentor like Rupa, so she'll make your life easy. And she'll do all the heavy lifting, including editing and other stuff, and she'll also help you with marketing as well, right? So both the things are there. And those of you who are looking forward, right, whether they're professionals or business owners and other stuff, if you do not know how to implement it, come to me. I'll help you out, and I've got the framework to take you from zero to whatever level that you want to go into it. Yeah, that's my message to all the readers and
Wow.
writers.
Wow, lovely, lovely. Thank you, Karthik, for endorsing us here. So, all right. So, but having said that, the job here is to purely to see our followers or readers, to see them growing, not to keep their story within. Of course, like how we keep it for 10 years inside. Like, I want them to reach out faster, because, they truly have, as you said, like, just within 3 months, I have already, reached to such eminent places like AIMS and places, education department as such. And also more than 300, 400 copies have been already sold, right? So this is lovely. All right. So great. Thank you, Karthik, for like, just giving on your. So could you please just show your book, hold your book and like proudly. So, all
Yeah,
right.
this is
Wow.
what.
Lovely. Lovely. I think I remember that, like, Karthik, when we met then after all in the Accelerate event, when you were presenting that book, I was feeling so proud of you, so proud of you. Lovely. So now I'm also going to just show me once. I'm also going to take a screenshot of it. Yes. Wow. Lovely.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think this is good enough. All right. All right. So now also, so I think we will speak about this, what kind of a bonus you want to offer to your readers, whoever is
Yeah.
watching us today. But before that, I would love to talk little bit, not too much, because of course, your upcoming book will also have the journey.
Mm.
So what is that next book is all about? I know that there are three books, but I want, just tell me little bit about the book which you have already reached to the editing phase now.
Yes.
So just give some idea about it.
So the next book that I'm actually writing is Read and Grow Rich, right? And like how it's again inspired by Think and Grow Rich. I have no hesitation in telling that. The inspiration, I got it from there, because just thinking is only a part of getting rich, but doing is the actual part of getting rich, right? So the next part is you have to read, and then you have to implement. Read and grow rich. So when I say rich, it's about not just making money, it's about being successful in health, wealth, and relationship. All the areas of your life, you have to become rich, including on the purpose that you want to work on. So all those kind of things, you're going to put this into action. So my idea is about how can you read a book in one single day in a very, very systematic manner. And then not only reading it, just for the sake of reading, you will be able to implement it as well. That's the beauty about that book. Reading it and implementing, how can you do it? And the way it is written is, even if you, once you read the book, let's say you come back and you prepare the notes the way I'm going to teach you, then you come back after 5 years, 10 years, just open that notes that I've helped you to create with, you'll be able to recall the entire book with 90% accuracy.
Wow. So Karthik, whom are you targeting with this book?
So this book is for business owners, professionals who are actually would like to grow their business big time.
Seeking the growth in their
Yeah, whomever,
professional.
any person who has got that growth mindset, they want to grow in their life. They don't know why they're
But
stuck
who do
in
not
this.
have time to
Yeah,
read. Yeah.
yeah,
I
they
think
do not have.
it's a good chance they can first read your first book and then move to the next book. Lovely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So first they can create the time for themselves, and then go to my
Right.
second book where they can read the book in a day,
Wow.
and then they can go and the next day they can implement. It's like over a weekend. They take a book, finish the book, and on Monday they can go and implement the challenges that they're
Wow.
looking at.
That's
So
substantial. I think you're creating a series where I think next level entrepreneurs can just level their game up to only create impact. Wow, this is something, substantial. I'm glad that, you have started this journey and series as well. All right, lovely. So, Karthik, of course, your third book, the which we thought much earlier. So, as I have given you a good target of writing at least one book a month, at least one book a month. So,
Yes.
you're already doing it well. I'm glad about it. So now I'm not going to talk about the third book which we started about. Again, you are going to co-authoring with your father. So so who's already a great therapist, so which we will talk little later since this is still in ideation. I would love to know about your the fourth book which you recently came up with the idea, and then suddenly we created a buzz around it. I would love to, please give some message. And I think we also have a relevance because, the event of, Ram Janmabhoomi,
Yeah.
Rama Pratisthapana was going on. So what do you have to talk about your third book? Also, I want you to screen share little later to, just show your this thing. Okay. First, let's talk about that book.
Absolutely. So, I mean, the event of, Prana Pratisthapana of Lord Rama was happening in Ayodhya on 22nd January. So all of a sudden, the thought came to me. I don't know from where, like I need to go and do it. And especially this happened when I was having a casual discussion with my friend Amit, where he said that he's going to launch a book on the Ramcharitmanas, like how we can use that book to make sure that kids can grow 10 times. And he was telling about this for a long period of time. It was not new, but when he told that the launch date is 22nd Jan, and that's where I got the trigger coming in, right? All of a sudden, after the discussion happened, I go back, and then all of a sudden, some divine intervention happened. I don't know what it is. Then I came out with like, yes, I need to write a book, especially for business owners and startup founders and whomever wants to go into the growth mindset, right? And for those people, like how can you 100x your business using the power of Ramayana? Because our epics have been time tested for over thousands of years. Ramayana is like over 6,000 years, which has been time tested. So these are all time tested systems. If you can take that and apply in your day to day life, especially in your business and in your career, you can actually achieve a lot more success by doing a very less amount of work. And that's exactly what I'm actually focusing on in that path. In fact, we wrote the book, went to the review process, and then that got that got rejected. I would say rather we put this on the hold because whatever the message that I wanted to convey, that message was not going through in that particular book. So the idea was to launch it on 22nd, but we decided we're going to take a step back because that messaging and the simplicity in which we want to convey, that was not going to the users. Yes. So what we did was we did a pre-launch on 22nd January. So where we sold over 77 or 78 books as of now. Maybe a couple of more might have
it's
added
just
up.
a couple of days, right?
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations. Yes.
Less than 3 days. Yeah. Thank you so much, Rupa. And then we told our users, all the readers, that we're going to deliver this book on Ram Navami because it has a very close association with this. Now the approach that I'm taking is completely different. Now the people have already bought the book. I'm going to seek the input from them. What are the business challenges they are facing? And I'm going to solve their business problem through this particular book, and so that they get the maximum value out of it. So I'm hoping to reach at least 100 books very soon.
Much more than that. This is just 2 days and you have already sold. I think people are actually, honestly speaking, Karthik, they want someone to solve their problem. That's it. And you are doing it in such a profound way, I must say. See, you're using as an underlying tool, you are using one of the epic, which from last thousands of years, which has been in a worldwide, which has been, been used as a problem solving tool, right? So I think this is incredible, the idea, and and I'm sure I'm glad that I'm part of this book journey, because whereas an editor, I'll be helping you further. but I'm sure. But I would like to. I was because today when I saw, I was just going through scrolling down Facebook, and I saw. I would love to share it for you if handily if it is not available. I'm just going to share it for all the
Please.
readers. Yeah, I'll just do that. So just give me a second, guys. You can just have a look and please love that as much as you loved his previous books. How to 100x your business using the power of Ramayana. Wow. Yes, one more thing, like Dr. Sagarika Roy Bhatia, she is also a parenting coach, right? She's also like, she's bringing her extensive experiential, like, the beauty here. And they are both are co-authoring. Wow, what a lovely, I think readers are going to have some awesome time following these things. I'm sure, Karthik, and please we will share the link for this as well so that our readers get to have a privilege of pre-launch. All right. So I'm sure we are going to, wow, lovely. So Karthik, as I have already told you, if you remember when you were joining our community, so you're not coming here for one book and you're coming here for multiple books. At
Yes.
least as I'm repeating that what I said, so at least one book a month, and you're doing it very well. Now, so this year, at least I want 6 or 7 books the reader should hold and like read from you. That Karthik's like I think more than that you have the capability to do that. Of course, because it happens that some of the books have profoundness in research, right? So it may, but of course, at least so this is what Karthik is driving against the time, like racing against the time to write it and present it for you all. So I'm sure you all are going to, as a readers audience, you're going to love his each word. And I would say most importantly, his most important part is his simplicity. When he speaks from heart, his own experience, and whatever he sees, like he's a very simple, since I know him well, so he's a very simple person. So it once my one of my author came, like writer came to me and said, the way I express the word, it's very difficult, I feel, very jargon, I feel. So I said, very simple technique I gave them. Think simple, you will be able to write simple. So similarly, Karthik is a very simple person, I think, by birth. So he's able to express them very in a simple note, understandable, digestible. So I'm sure we all are going to wish all the best for his upcoming writing journey, for his upcoming impactful books. And now, Karthik. So readers are waiting for that one most important free bonus from you. What are you going to give them? I'm waiting for as well. I deserve it too. Yeah, please
Absolutely.
let us know.
So definitely, one of the things that I'm going to help them is that the people who are going to buy this book, right? One of the challenge I know that not everybody read the book. So what I can do is that I can help them with an implementation, handholding them to go and figure out how they can implement all the learnings that they're going to read, to do this in particular through that particular book. And I'll help you to handhold it. That's going to be absolutely stunning one.
Wow, that
And
all 5
also,
days you will be live
yes,
and hand holding them?
yes. So that's amazing so that people can implement it in their day-to-day life. And of course, they'll also open them to an opportunity of how they can actually become financially free over the period of time when they leverage the skill sets that they are going to build. How once the first stage is to create the time, and second stage is how do you monetize that time into money, right? I'm going to teach them,
That's lovely.
and without need of any marketing, without need to go through 100 different peoples to show your capabilities and other stuff. We
I
have
think I
got
have one small, I'm sorry to interrupt here. I have one small question. People who are going to join your 5 day workshop. So, because I know that personally, as a coach, you're already doing a fantastic job, but will they be given an opportunity to move with you to the next level as well? Or it is just like, they'll be just given 5 days and, they can walk away with the knowledge, whatever, or they will be given, your community will be open, the next level hand holding will
absolutely,
be.
absolutely, Rupa. Thanks for asking this. I'll actually put this in a simple manner.
True.
As you know, I want to impact billions of people. So one of the things that I've already made sure that I help the people based on where they are. I've seen that some people are actually would like to continue the journey after this 4 days. completely free. Some people cannot pay at all, right? And I've got this journey for them as well. And some people want to go through this, right? Karthik, I cannot go and invest a lot of money. Give me a recorded videos. I'll do it myself. I'll watch it. I can do it. I have the journey for them. And some people will come and say, Karthik, you know what? This reading and these things will not work for us. We need handholding, right? You take the charge of our life and give make us become an accountability partner so that we can get the results faster. I help them too as well. Or some people will say, Karthik, that group one will not like, actually I don't like working in the group. I would like to work with you one-on-one, right? That option is also available, but again, one-on-one is subjected to a lot of application process they have to go through before they can start working with me one-on-one. And again, it depends on the availability, because for every quarter I look at those numbers, I work with handful people, and then that's it.
Wow.
That quarter closes, and that's
Wow.
how we
Wow.
operate, right? And that's one of the reasons why I've given all the option to the users. They can choose any of the journey. They don't
Wow.
need to come to me saying that, oh my goodness, there is a selling which is going to happen at the end of this 3 days or 4 days. But I'll illustrate this with an example, right? Currently, so I'm based out of Bengaluru, and assume that we have to travel, and you're based out of Mumbai, right? I want to travel to Delhi. So you've got multiple options to do it, right? You can go by, bullock cart. You can go by walk. You can go by car, bus, flight, train. You have multiple options, right? Now I'll ask this question to you, Rupa. Now, if you have to go from Mumbai to Delhi, which mode will you choose?
I will say just flight, because the
Hmm.
time what we invest, I think it's the utmost precious commodity. Some people say time is equal to money. I disagree. Money can be earned more. Can you get that last hour which I did not, spend well? So I'm not very sure. So irrespective of the time, the money constraint I have, I will still choose to go by flight, because I can invest the same money, the same time in creating more money, which I have spent on this thing. So I will always, and this is something which are all of our journey, that's what how we are put into, growth mindset, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah.
So this is what you are saying, right? You would choose flight as against others. So this is exactly the same answer that I get when I speak to a lot of people, right? So the next question I ask them is, right, now for saving 1 day, 2 day, you're willing to pay like 10,000, 15,000, whatever the flight charges from there you're looking for. You're willing to do that. How much, what is that vehicle, right, that you are using in your life to save that much of time? Like, how you got flight to travel from Mumbai to Bangalore or Mumbai to Delhi? What is that flight? What is the vehicle that you're carrying in your life?
That's profound. And the way you have explained, I think our readers have already got it. And of course, nothing wrong if someone at this journey do not have money, you have an option as well. And I'm glad that, since through your books, you're opening that the arena for others to come and approach you, which was generally wasn't possible for them, because book is it's always worldwide. And we again congratulate you for becoming a global author, and we are looking forward for you to serve many more in coming days. Now, Karthik, so now your program, and as you said, it's application based, right? So now think about it, the kind of a vision what you have given, if one truly wants to empower them with that and live that life, you also have the applications, the through application they can process, and then get into your one-to-one mentoring or something.
Mm.
So now you must be having a lot of time constraints, so you also give them a some time frame. So you, okay, with this time you are able to get back to me, then probably you will be given a chances are high, so you're qualified, but they are taking a lot of time to make decisions. Someone is qualified and they're quickly able to, so you also choose people over the time, the based on the decision they are making, the based on the quickness they make.
So, Rupa, one of the things that I've seen, right, when people come to me for one-on-one, most of the time they are really serious. But the real problem is with respect to the money at the time when they come back, right? So the money is going to be the constraint for them. So obviously, I'm going to reveal the price here, but just to get an idea like how much people are willing to pay, that will also give authority for the authors to think about, right? So normally for one-on-one mentoring that we do, people pay like 10 lakhs plus GST. That's the kind of the money that people are willing to pay when you become an authority in your space, right? So a lot of time when the people come, they want to do it, but they cannot afford it, right? So one of the things that I always help them out is, okay, if you cannot afford it, that's fine. Let me help you to split this money over the period of time so that this becomes a lot more thing, because I am confident about my system. I am confident about my process. So definitely when they start the journey with me, they will be not only be able to make that money back, they're going to make it 10 times or sometimes even bigger that over the period of time. So it's only a matter of giving that comfort to them. When you're coming to me, it's not like, okay, you're going to be hanging yourself in doing it, but there are a lot of things.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I can see that, like, you're see, as a coach, your motto, or as an author, your motto is absolutely just to create impact more than, like, it's a many people take it as, like, it's a money making gimmick, and definitely, but the way you are doing it is absolutely bingo. I guess, like, this is how people would love to be part of it, and thanks for clarifying that, because you always choose people through application, because that is one of the, let people know that, like, how precious your time is, and how precious the hand holding could be, right? Wow, this is something, what a lovely. So today is Wednesday evening. I have such a impactful author for all our readers, audience who wants to impact their life positively. Wow, this was something incredible, Karthik. I truly enjoyed every bit of it, and I'm going to put the link. Can we just, put the link of your that 5 days hand holding?
Yeah,
In
definitely.
we will be doing it. Also, please, readers, remember. So your whoever is going to, please go and read his book. This is very, of course, my children, rather my son is 9-year-old. I think he called you and said, Karthik uncle, I have completed your book, and I loved. He said, you have done a good job, right? Is this a word? He
Yes,
said,
absolutely.
yes. Yes. I said, like, that's lovely. So because it's like, unput downable, like, you once you start, even children want to know, okay, how can I save more time? How can I, because that is one of the most precious. Now look at, forget about entrepreneur. Children want to save their time because their 2 hours of playing time would be increased, right? Such a precious commodity. Thank you for touching upon this, one of the most impactful subject, Karthik. This is lovely. And now, so we are going to share with our audience, like, about your link, and how they can be part of your a next level or 5 day, because some people, they do not have 5 day, but they can get into your next level as well, right? So on which ID they can just email you. All these things we are going to do. I'm so privileged to have you today on my show. And as we actually say that, like, it's going to be a innovative lab where we create authors, and every author is unique for me. And this mentorship is close to my heart because, as Karthik said, we actually, the book was already sitting inside him for 10 years. Bringing that out, it's just like, bringing the baby out for a surgeon, like, from a mother. It that feels truly, like, when he holds the book, it truly feels like, I have done something. And I'm so glad that people take this opportunity seriously and create impact in their life, right? Lovely. Karthik, thank you for gracing our show today. Would love
Thank
to
you.
see you again for your next book. Thank
Yes.
you. Bye bye,
Thank you,
guys.
Rupa. Thank you, Rupa,
Thank
for
you.
calling me
Thank
here.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye, Karthik. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. And bye
Bye.
to
Bye.
all the readers, all the viewers, and all the best in the new year, because it's a new year. One is January, and the second one is also, we have got that, and the new era of Rama being Pratistapana, which
Wow.
has happened. It's definitely, as Modi ji was telling, it's going to change the direction in which you're going to think and
True.
all this stuff.
True. True.
And
Lovely. Lovely, Karthik. Thank you so much. Bye bye.